everybody needs to be encouraged.
Yes.
How can we best encourage these kids that we're with all the time, but that may not be happening much?
You know, I've got a funny answer for that. Thought about it for a few minutes before this started. I think we ought to set a goal of encouraging each one of our children at least once a day. When I first started that idea, I wrote it down in my daytimer back when people kept their schedule in writing like that. It's now a habit.
That's good.
And one of our daughters is in her mid-40s. She was involved in fact, doing a photo op with her family and then writing an article about one of their children who happens to be a special needs child. And her name is Colleen. You know Colleen well. Well, when I read the article and I saw the photo, realizing what goes into a family photo, and what she had gone through, and they all looked terrific. I mean, it was a great, I wished I could get an enlargement and frame it. Anyway, rather than think all that, I just sat down and dialed her up on the computer, sent an email message of 2 paragraphs of nothing but encouragement. Now, she's not a child, but she's a grown-up child. And she wrote me back before the day was over and said, it's taken me a while just to get the tears out of my eyes. Because you can't imagine what that means to me. To know that you would first read something I wrote. I thought, midnight, of course I would. But she doesn't automatically think that.
We think things are going on all the time, and they're not.
Right. We think they think, but often they don't. And it reminded me of the long-standing habit we formed is to bring encouragement. It is easy as a parent to discourage.
It's easy to only be talking correctively
all
day long.
These are the 2 things you should have, you could have, why didn't you? Rather than, these are 2 things I really admire about you. Sometime at the supper table, the kids were all there, we would say, okay, tonight is encourage one another. It's all about the other person. And so they learn a little, for a change, a little sibling, cultivation of relationships. So let's talk about what we appreciate about one another tonight. And often those meals, what we ate wasn't important. The fact that we talked about it led into another 30 minutes at the table.
I was talking with some grown men this last week, and they were recalling a sentence that a grandparent told them or a parent told them when they were in the elementary school.
Oh my!
And they carry it with them daily.
Exactly.
The encouragement can be a blessing.
Yes, it can.
That lasts a lifetime.
Yeah, we never get too old for the need for encouragement, and we need to remember that. One more thing I would say, and that is allow room for growth. We want them to be just about as mature as we have become, and they're a third our age or half our age. And it's easy to forget that it took us time to learn that too. So one of my desires is to help our now grown kids to forgive themselves. Last person we forgive is ourselves. I can forgive you a lot easier and quicker than I can forgive me for maybe hurting you or saying something I shouldn't have said. So I think kids are encouraged with the thought that they are seen as valuable in our eyes. And I think when they hear words like that, they think, oh, I am worth something, because they're getting beaten down all day by the culture, the school they're in.